Hey everyone, and welcome to another stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome. I'm quickly gonna start coding because I just want to get things done and then maybe chat a bit as well as we go forward. So let's start a new task. We're working on moving sessions from user to projects. I think we're just gonna do one Pomodoro, 30 minutes, because then my kid will wake up and then I'll have to stop streaming. But we can have a chat alongside as well. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm changing a bunch of endpoints. I'm trying to create previously we had just used to have one project. Now in PulseChecker we are going to have multiple projects, and each projects can have sessions. For example, these ones are my sessions from before, and this one doesn't have any sessions, and I'm going to create some for Angular Cookbook. So we're going to take it from there. But one thing that I noticed is that it says no session to show before, even before it shows up. I think we can fix it by going to sessions.component and I think so the loading sessions is so differing when sessions are there, and there's no loading session as well. So when does this set? So fetching the session, and then we go to user. Oh, I don't think we're really using the loading sessions. That's why. This dot loading, loading sessions is equal to true. Then we should have this right here, or we could do it the other way around. Let's see. Yeah, I think we can do it the other way around. So let's do this. Loading sessions equals true, and we can cut this guy and paste this here. And I think what we can also do is change this to being a signal, to be honest. Loading, oops. So let's see. So here, let's change this to a signal. And then we can fix this as well. So we can say dot set true, and the same goes here as well. False. Are we using loading sessions as well? Oh, okay. So we're doing the same thing here. Dot set false. I don't think we need that there, and we don't need this here as well. But then we can just go into the HTML and then change the loading sessions here. So that should be a signal. I think we should be good now. Refresh, no message, and we only see when we get to that point. Good. No session to show. Good. I think when we are just creating now, this needs to change. So when we are creating a session now, the URL doesn't contain projects, so we need to change our routing strategy. Let's go to dashboard routes, and I think we had one which is sessions create here. So this actually has to be projects slash id slash I mean, we could actually name it project slash project id. Zishan says, Assalamu alaikum, Hassan bhai, wish you many, many blessings of this beautiful month. Stay smile always. Thank you, Zishan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And walaikum assalam as well. Same to you, same to you. How are you doing? How are your fasts going? Then we can do this. So then we need to also change our route as well. So here we should have already our project ID. I think we only do it when we are making the call. Yeah, we need to do this earlier. So let's take this into the ng on init, and we can set it right here. So let's do a oh no, what did I do? Yank p, and we should probably do it as in this dot project id, and we should be able to set it actually. Let's go and set it here. Let's create one here. Project id equals signal, and we create an empty one for now. Then we set it. Maybe we can do it like this: const project id equals, and then do it there, project id. And here I can also do, I think I can also do this because I know the project ID is always going to be there. I'm thinking now, maybe we should call it project ID. Or when we do this, if you don't have a project ID, then we just return. Okay, so then we also need to change our routes to say this is gonna be named project ID, which should be good. So if I go to PulseChecker, default project, now we have a problem. So it says cannot read properties of reading unchanged. Aha, okay. But that's not good. Did I miss some file? Oh, okay, I think I missed something. So let's see. So we set the project ID to the project ID, and let's also go to sessions.component, and if I go here, refresh, yeah, we do have the project ID. We set the project ID, and then we go to reload session. Okay, so then what we can do is we can actually remove this guy from here, and then we can set exactly the project ID here, do this dot project ID. Ah, there we go. Okay, this is better. Then we can go to create session, and this URL now needs to change. So when we go to sessions component here, we can actually do the right URL. So it should be projects slash, and then we have the project ID. So if I go back now and click create session, yeah, this opens now, so that's good. So let's also do this the same for the other one. So if I go to this create session, I can see already the session there and the project ID in the top. That's good. Muzaffar Ahmad, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you doing, Muzaffar? You good? Okay, so now when we are trying to create a session, which should be right here, we also should take out the project ID and then send it in the URL as well. So let's implement on init, and let's go ng on init, and what we're going to do is we're going to take out the project ID. So let's also create a signal here. So let's create a signal. Let's call this project ID equals signal. Can we not get the params directly? The component input bindings, but that brings the inputs and not the params. Component input binding. Yeah, we can use the component input binding directly, so we don't have to do all of this. But does that give a signal or no? I don't think it gives a signal. But here when we are using the module, we don't use dashboard module anywhere, I think, or do we? Okay, we do it. That is fine, although we could have done maybe something better, but let's see. So when we're using the let's see, config, so here can use component input binding. Let's use that. When we do this, then we don't even need to do all the science that we just did. Then here I think we could just say project ID equals input, and input can come from Angular core. Required. Then I don't need to do this guy, I think. and this can go away as well. But what I want to do then is when I'm submitting, I just want to say console log this dot project ID and just return. Okay, let's see. So I say test meetup, I say create session. Okay, so I can see the ID automatically, so I don't have to do this, but I could have done that then in the sessions as well. Almost forgot about this one. Sessions.component .html. Let's go to the component TS, and even here then we don't really need to do what we just did. So instead of signal, we could just say input dot required, and this doesn't need to be there. I don't need to do all this magic at all. Look how beautiful this becomes. I love it. This project ID is not known. Oh, project dot input dot required string is the type, my friend. Okay, so double checking this if this works. If I go back to the sessions page, no sessions to show, but if I go here, I see that. Okay, so this is a problem. So when there are no sessions, it breaks. See, why does this break? Because the sort doesn't exist in that case. So if I go to session list component, here is where we have the problem. So okay, because I think I've wrapped a lot of things in these, yeah, in the table, in the sort thingy, but I think we shouldn't even have, or I don't know, maybe we shouldn't show the table at all if there are no sessions to show, right? So yeah, it doesn't make sense. So if I have a look at the change that we have just done, we've changed the session list component. This is the change. So what we've done is that we've removed the bg container, we've added that session list, and here we have the else no sessions to show. Yeah, I don't think it really it makes sense to do this, to be honest. So if I refresh now, I still see the table, which is wrong, but nothing breaks. In this case, I see the table, which is fine. But what I want to do actually is not to show the table unless we have some data. So if I go to sessions.component.html, so here when sessions, and I think we should also say sessions dot length. Okay, and sessions by default is an empty array. Okay, that makes sense. I think now this should be fine. So here it shows the table, and here it doesn't show anything. That's not good. So let's do it this way then. So we have a placeholder here, but the placeholder should this becomes a bit tricky. So we need to defer this until we have sessions.length, to be honest. So if we have sessions.length, then we render it. But if I think I can restructure this to do something like this. If I remove this, and then in the placeholder, if we can go here and say if, and here I can paste the here I can paste paste it. So if not loading sessions and we are doing this, then we can render this guy. If loading sessions is done, right, and if we're not loading sessions and the rate limit is leashed and not okay, the sessions dot length is not here for sure. Here is where we can say no sessions to show. Maybe use an h3 with text to Excel and text center that says no sessions to show. And if that's not the case, then we can do something else, and here we can say this. Okay, what am I trying to do? Trying to work with Vim. Okay, let's see. No sessions to show. Good. Refresh. No sessions to show. And here, cool, awesome. This looks good. No sessions to show. Awesome. I like this. And one of the things that you'll also notice is that one of the even JavaScript files come later when we actually have sessions. So if I refresh now, you'll see the sessions component TS actually comes later. And in this, for example, if I say sessions, let's see, session component.ts. Oh, am I using session component anywhere else though? Let's see. Find. Sessions list component is just being used at two places. So when we have actually sessions.length, then we render this. Otherwise we don't. So this one contains session component only. Is it session list? Where is the sessions component not standalone? This is. Qasim, which theme is it? It's Winter is Coming by John Papa. I'm going to share the link in the chat. Winter is Coming, dark blue, no italics. Yeah, this is the one. I think I've had this for more than 4 years now. Even maybe more. I really like this. Okay, so I was looking at something and now I forgot. Yeah, the bundle sizes. So I'm wondering now, if I refresh here, it shows about 3.9 kp. Okay, and if I go to the other one, and if I refresh now, it's the same. Why is it the same? Sessions list component is here, right? Oh, maybe it's not too big at so here we have sessions component, here we have sessions list component, but this is being imported here. Yeah, so here we have the sessions list component. This should not be included when I'm here, or at least not in this bundle. Sessions list component. It is. How is it? How is it there? Looks amazing. Thanks for sharing. No problem at all. Happy to help. So when we have sessions.length, then we render this, right? So otherwise we have loading sessions or mat spinner, which makes perfect sense. But session list component is imported in the component, and this is standalone. That is standalone as well. Oops. Okay, I think my kid woke up. I'm gonna see. Yes. So I'm gonna go off now. Thank you everyone who joined. What Baba? Yeah, Baba. All right, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I'm gonna see you next time. Allah Hafiz and happy Ramadan.